Hey everybody, Brad here, and I want to share this simple model with you that's really going to explain to you on why do we want to visualize ourselves having achieved a goal or being a certain way or doing something, or why do we use imagination, and why does Albert Einstein say imagination is more important than knowledge? Because this simple model I want to share with you explains it all. Now, if some of you are thinking, this imagination, visualization is a bit woo-woo, well, this model will actually explain to you why it's very important, okay? And this is not new age. This is not, something that's, just come out. This has been around for many years. And in fact, a lot of Olympic athletes use this. And when I was coaching a lot of athletes, and even when I was coaching CEOs of massive multinational businesses, I always used a visualization and seeing them already having this certain result, because it's so powerful. And this is the reason why right here. And this simple model I learned of no other than the Tony Robbins, who I've been blessed to be mentored by and have, been following him for about 15, 16 years. And this one simple model I remember him sharing with us, it actually made me understand why, even though I was already doing visualizations, but how it actually works. So let's go through, and let me share this with a simple model with you. The first thing we need to understand, right, is that we have, and I'm going to draw 4 boxes so you can this is the model, this is how simple it is, right? So the first thing we need to understand is that our beliefs, right, whatever we believe, right, our beliefs will have an impact on how much potential that we tap into. So, for example, if we believe that, we're not going to be able to find our profitable property deal, for example, or we're not going to be able to complete a subdivision or whatever it is, then that belief that we have would impact the amount of potential that we tap into. Now, we all have potential, right? We all have potential, but the question is, how much of it are you tapping into? And this is what's going to be the deciding factor. Now, how much potential that we tap into and what we exercise, right, and utilize, that dictates the quality and type of action, right? Now, the amount of action that we take and the amount of quality, it's not just about taking the most amount of action as possible, it's the quality of action as well, and very strategic action. That type of action, that quality of action, will be determined by how much potential that we are actually tapping into. And that action will therefore lead us into the last one, which is, I'll just use a different color so we can see, and that is the result. Whether it's a result that you like or don't like, you always end up with a result, okay? Now, that result will then either deny or confirm the belief that you have. Let me give you an example. Whether if you believe that you're not good enough, and for example, you don't know how to do numbers, and so therefore you believe that you're never going to be able to understand and analyze a property deal, then that belief will dictate and affect how much potential you tap into. Then that amount of potential that you tap into or not will affect the amount of quality of action. So having a belief that doesn't serve you, you won't tap into much potential, therefore you won't take much quality good action, therefore you won't get the result you're after. Then therefore when you see that you don't get the result you're after, then that confirms a belief. And then that goes, see, I told you you're not good at doing this, and then it goes around on this cycle, right? On the flip side, when you believe that, yes, no matter what, I'll find a way, no matter what, I'll work it out, no matter what, I'll just find who can help me with this, that gives you a certain amount of access to the potential that's in you, and then you will take more bold strategic action to be able to help you on the journey on what you want. And therefore, when you do that with the strategic action, and then you will then get a better result. And then that result will then go, See, I told you you could do this, which then affects how much more potential you tap into, then more potential you tap into, more action you will take, more bold strategic action you'll take, then more results, and then it goes around again. Now, I started this video off saying about visualization, imagination. Why did I say that? Because this simple model is where we can really see it making the difference. This is usually the challenge when I've coached hundreds of people and trained thousands of people across Australia in property investment and property development and personal development. And one of the things that I see holding a lot of people back from their potential is the belief. Now, one of the best ways to really start to change this is when we can get the result in advance. What that means is that this here is the key. Right here, this is the key. When we can see the result in advance, i.e. visualize, and we imagine having that result already, and we feel it, we don't just see it, we picture ourselves in it, we see around, we can see us having the result. It makes us feel differently about it. And when we can attach the emotion and the feeling to doing whatever it is we want to do, or having whatever it is we want to have, or being whatever it is we want to be, in advance, in the mind, than in the heart, because when we connect the emotion to the actual visualization, when the head and heart comes together, that will then start to affect your beliefs, right? Because when you start to see the result in advance and you feel it, it then starts to then, hey, you know what, this is possible, I can actually do this, which then taps into more potential, and there you go. So this is where you can make or break the cycle. And so visualization and imagination will always help you make the cycle if you're not feeling like you believe you can do it. That's why I'm very passionate about visualizations, and I do it constantly. I always see myself in the picture of what I want to achieve, and I feel the feelings of what that would be, and I feel grateful for it. And that helps this whole cycle and helps me tap into more potential. And so one of the other things that it does is, from a neuroscientific point of view, is that when we already visualize and see it already happening and run it through our brain has two main laws, and one is the law of repetition and one is the law of association. And when we can do it over and over in our head, seeing it and feeling it, it creates the new neural pathways to happen. So it starts to fire and wire off certain neurological sequences that then help with effect with this as well. So instead of automatically wanting to go and, maybe whatever it is, try to do a property deal, and your default original thinking is, oh, well, I can't do that. Then once you start to use the visualization, you start to rewire those thoughts, and you start to rewire those pathways, because you're firing off a new sequence, okay? Now, I know that might sound a little bit scientific, but it's not woo-woo, guys. This is scientific, this stuff works. It's helped me build a multi-million-dollar portfolio. It's helped me build the body that I want to have. It's helped me build relationships. It's helped me in every area of my life. So guys, I hope that served you. And please, the takeaway that I want you to do from here is that when you see the result in advance and you feel it, you see it and feel it, your head and your heart and your hands come together to then be able to create what it is that you want to create in your life. So guys, please comment below. Tell me what you've learned from this. What's the biggest takeaway? And I'd love to hear from you. And please share this with anyone that you think would benefit as well. And I look forward to serving you again real soon. Bye for now.